I poured gasoline over her wedding dress the exact moment she read aloud our grandfather's will. And all assets, including the lakeside house in Vermont, shall pass to my granddaughter Linda, she recited without lifting her eyes from the paper, provided she resides there for no fewer than 5 years. Silence swallowed the law firm's oak-paneled room. Dark wood walls, portraits of dead partners, the scent of aged paper and polished leather, it felt like a scene from a courtroom drama. I sat in the corner, gripping an empty Diet Coke bottle, feeling something inside me crack like ice under the weight of injustice. Because that lakeside house belonged to us. To all of us. But especially to me. 6 years earlier, Grandpa Henry had summoned me to study. "Evelyn, you're the only one who truly loves that house," he'd said, pressing heavy, cold keys into my palm, engraved with a tree of life. "It's yours. Just remember, don't sell it, don't rent it out, don't abandon it. A house lives as long as someone inside it remembers me." I was 18. I kept those keys in a jewelry box alongside high school photos, concert tickets, and a note from the boy I'd loved in college. The lakeside house became my sanctuary when my parents divorced, when Mom fled to California and Dad drowned in whiskey. I brought my first love there. I wept there after losing a baby at 8 weeks. I wrote my architecture thesis on its creaky porch. And now Linda, my cousin. The one who'd visited the lake house once for my birthday when she was 12. The one who'd called it a moldy shack last year in front of the whole family. Now the heir. 5 years. Uncle Robert snorted. "Linda, you won't last a week." "I'll manage," she smiled, locking eyes with me. "Especially if certain people stay out of my way." I didn't reply. I just stood and walked out. Rain drizzled outside. In my car, heater blasting, I watched the windshield fog as one phrase looped in my head. "It's yours. Just remember." But Grandpa hadn't known Linda wasn't just a spoiled cousin. She was a predator. She had a gift for finding cracks in people and turning them into canyons. 3 years ago, she stole her best friend's boyfriend, not just seduced him, but made it look like he dumped her. Last year, she engineered a coworker's firing. And last month, she convinced Grandma I'd been stealing her pension. Grandma hasn't spoken to me since. Linda didn't just want the house. She wanted to erase me through it. I arrived at the house at sunset. The lake mirrored a pink sky like glass. The house stood silent. I walked to the door, pulled out my keys, the ones Grandpa gave me, and tested the lock. It didn't budge. A new padlock gleamed there. Shiny. Armored. Branded with a high-end security logo. I stood on the porch, shaking. Not from cold. From rage. That's when it hit me. Revenge isn't a scream. It's not fists or tears. Revenge is a gift, wrapped in beautiful paper. Linda arrived a week later. A moving truck trailed her, along with an interior designer and her new boyfriend, Kyle, a tattooed guy who seemed to specialize in moving assistants and possibly other services. She stepped out in a white dress, not a wedding gown, but close. Flowing, thigh-high slit, gold chain glinting at her throat. She sauntered up to me where I stood by the fence. "Hey, Evie. Knew you'd show." "You knew this house was mine," I said. "Was yours," she corrected. "Now it's mine. But you're always welcome to visit." I nodded. "Good luck with the mold." She laughed. "Oh, I'll renovate. You won't even recognize it." That's when I understood. Revenge starts small. Water first. I dug up the property map from the town archives. The house didn't use city water. It relied on a well drilled in 1964, the year Grandpa built the place. It was serviced once a decade. Last time, 2014. Linda didn't know this. She thought water just happened. I paid the old maintenance company to temporarily shut it off. Not permanently, just 2 days. Long enough to panic her. By day 2, Linda posted an Instagram video. "OMG. No water here. Everything's broken. Who even handles this?" Her followers flooded the comments with advice. She spent $1,000 on emergency diagnostics. They found nothing. Because the water returned 3 days later. Like magic. But Linda was already rattled. Electricity next. I didn't break anything. I just mentioned to the city utilities that the house wasn't connected to the upgraded grid. It still ran on a 1980s transformer due for replacement. I left a fake review online as a former neighbor. "Lakeside house in Vermont? Avoid." Power goes out constantly. Heard the transformer exploded twice in 6 years. 3 of her friends called the city the next day. Linda called the day after. They told her to wait for budget approvals. A week later, the lights flickered. Once, at midnight, she ranted in her stories. Who even designed this place? Feels like the Dark Ages. I sipped tea at home, smiling. But real revenge began when she threw a party. Grand opening of my new home, she captioned the invite. 150 guests. DJ, bartenders, catering. She wanted the world to see Linda as queen. I got an invite too. Family only, it said. I wore a black dress from a Nordstrom sale and arrived an hour early. While they set up, I wandered the house. Unrecognizable. Grandpa's books trashed. His hand-carved oak mantel replaced with glossy fake wood. But I knew where to look. In the basement, behind the boiler, was a hidden alcove. Grandpa showed it to me as a kid. If things go wrong, look here. Inside lay a folder. And a key to the garden safe. I grabbed the folder. It held a copy of the 2012 will. Not the 2024 one Linda read. In this version, the house was mine. No conditions. But the 2024 will was legally filed. Still, Vermont law states, if 2 wills exist and the second doesn't explicitly revoke the first, courts can consider both. Especially if the signatory was compromised. Grandpa signed the 2024 will 1 week before his stroke. The party pulsed with music. Guests danced by the lake. Linda glittered in diamond necklaces. I lingered in shadows. Then I approached her. Linda, I said, want a birthday gift? It's not my birthday. It was Grandpa's. Yesterday. I handed her the folder. His last gift to you. She skimmed it. Paled. This is fake. Check with your lawyer. But first, ask the notary who witnessed the 2024 will. Ask if he remembers Grandpa's state that day. She crushed the papers in her fist. You knew all along? I waited for you to laugh in my house, I said. And you did. Weeks of legal battles followed. Her lawyer argued Grandpa was competent. Mine proved the stroke left him confused. The turning point wasn't medical records, it was his caregiver. I found her on Facebook. In court, she testified. He mixed up days. Names. He called me Evelyn. The judge leaned forward. He signed a will leaving the house to Linda? Yes. But that day, he asked me, who's Linda? The ruling came a month later. The house was mine. The 5-year clause void. Linda had 30 days to leave. I didn't celebrate. I just sat on the porch at dawn, watching the sun rise over the water. A week later, Linda texted. You won. But I'll be back. I deleted her number. Now I live here. Restored Grandpa's books, the mantle, the old kitchenware. Planted an apple tree in the garden for him. Sometimes I feel him watching from somewhere, smiling. Linda? Rumor says she's in Miami. Running a blog about family betrayals. Gaining followers. But she never calls. And that's the sweetest revenge of all.